Hi, I'm Alaina Yee. I'm Managing Editor for Maximum PC, and we just got a Surface Pro 3 in, so I'm going to do a quick unboxing of it and kind of walk you through the differences between the older generation. I have the Surface Pro 1 here. So let's start with the unboxing. Comes in a very similar box to the original. A little bit larger, of course, because as you can see, the main difference in this generation is that the screen is much larger. We've got a 12-inch screen as opposed to the 10.6, which you can see, I'll put side by side right here. So as you can see, it's not just that the screen is larger, but the aspect ratio has changed as well. They've moved from the widescreen 16:9 format to a 3:2 format. Screen resolution is also higher. They've gone to a 2160 by 1440. This was formerly a 1080 screen, 1920 by 1080. Other cosmetic differences or external visible differences are the kickstand is the biggest change so far. So this is the original version. So this one only has one angle, as you can see. It only pops open to right there. The Surface Pro 2 had the two angles. Surface Pro 3 is a little bit different. It pops open, when you first open it, it pops open to this standard angle. But you can also move it again to a lower angle, and it's a stiff hinge. So you can just lower it to wherever you want and it'll stay right there. One thing they were showing off at the preview event in New York was that they called this, I think, canvas mode. So I think they're targeting the artists with this particular one, but also, you know, if you're just propping it up on your coffee table or whatever, it works for that as well. Other changes include button placement. They've moved the start button from the center position to on the side here, and that presumably is to accommodate the difference in the cover. So I'm going to snap in a type cover here, and you can snap it in this way, which is the same as the earlier iterations. But one difference is that this now also locks to right there, and this has to do with how well it should work in your lap. So before, if you had a Surface Pro or a Surface Pro 2 in your lap, it kind of wobbled, and if you can see that right there. With this locking, it's a little bit more stable, so you can hold it in your lap and you don't have to worry as much that you're gonna tip it over as soon as you move. The one addition to the keyboard, I have the Type 1 here, is a loop to hold the stylus, which presumably would just slip in right there. Not really a big fan of it personally right now. We haven't done any, we haven't really started a full, finished our full review of the Surface Pro 3 yet, but it's a little bit soft, so I could see this possibly tearing. We'll see how it holds up in our extended tests. One nice thing is that the original Surface Pro type cover had the harder touchpad that you can click. Surface Pro 2 type cover, which is actually what's attached to this original here, was this kind of softer, not really clicky, kind of mushy keyboard. Really nice to have a return to that. So this cover is $130. If you have an earlier generation, the older keyboards do work. They do snap in, just like that. However, as you can see, it's not going to cover it properly or protect it properly, but if you want to go the cheapskate route, you can totally do that. So among the other changes, there's some smaller ones as well that involves a stylus. Surface Pro 3 stylus actually includes a battery, and it's a replaceable battery. Slips in right here. It's actually a quadruple A battery, so have fun finding a replacement for it. Among the other changes that this stylus represents is that the digitizer has changed. The pressure sensitivity is now 256 instead of a 1024, which was on the original, which was the spec for the original Surface Pro and also the Surface Pro 2. Under the hood, there have been changes as well. The Surface Pro and the Surface Pro 2 both used a Core i5 Haswell chip, The Surface Pro 3 now offers a wider variety of choices. So still has well, but there's at the low end we have a Core i3 chip, and you can opt all the way up to a Core i7 chip. The different configurations kind of depend also on what hard drive size you can pick. So at the low end it's 64 gigabyte SSD, high end 512. Price range is from $800 to about $2,000. This particular model that we have here is a Core i5 chip with 256 gigs of hard drive space. This one has 8 gigabytes of RAM. And then obviously the question on everyone's mind is what's the weight and also what's the battery life like? So here's a shot of what the Surface Pro 3 looks like from the side. It's a little bit over ½ an inch thick. That's down from the original Surface Pro and Surface Pro 2, which use the same form factors with. Also lighter, this is 2 pounds, and the Surface Pro 3 is clocking in about 1 3/4 of a pound. You can definitely feel a difference when you have to. It feels good in the hands, actually. Like just the right weight for something of this size. So for battery life, Microsoft is saying that the Surface Pro 3 should get up to 9 hours of web surfing. So we're seeing a little bit of improvement, definitely a huge improvement over the original Surface Pro, which gets about 4 hours with average light use. My initial thoughts, just from having played with this for about ½ an hour to an hour, definitely still in the early stages of, really getting some good solid hands-on time with it in preparation for our review. Definitely much nicer screen. Love the form factor, love how much bigger but lighter it is. Like I actually use this original Surface Pro a lot for work. Carrying it around also just when I'm traveling. It's kind of hefty. So this is much bigger, much nicer screen. The aspect ratio change, I initially like this. I do personally a lot of editing, word processing, so having a little bit of extra real estate at the top of the screen is nice for my purposes. If you watch a lot of movies, might be a bit of adjustment because you'll probably see the black bars appear again on the top of the bottom. In terms of sheer power, things feel snappy right now. Haven't loaded a lot of things on it yet. This particular model, as I said earlier, is a Core i5 chip with 8 gigs of RAM, so we'll see if having a bigger display affects performance at all. So this is my quick look at the Surface Pro 3. For our full review, look for it in an upcoming issue of Maxim PC.